In defense of denial personal perspective, denial can be protective in an age of too much information. The art of being wise is the art of knowing what to overlook. William James. If you've ever been told you're in denial, you're most likely familiar with the sensation of having been shamed for your unwillingness to face facts. You may also have experienced the nagging thought, and the problem with that is what? As a mental health professional, I blame the fields of psychology and psychotherapy for elevating denial to the level of the eighth deadly sin and adding the burden of guilt to those who practice the age-old art of avoiding pain. As proposed by Sigmund Freud, denial is a defense mechanism seen as the refusal to acknowledge disturbing aspects of external reality, as well as the existence of disturbing psychological events, such as thoughts, memories, or feelings. It's important to note that, according to Freud, defense mechanisms represent natural and unconscious attempts to reduce stress. Of the 7 mechanisms identified by Freud, denial, unlike reaction formation, sublimation, projection, displacement, and rationalization, has entered into the lexicon of the average person as an accusatory finger wagging its truth at others. The field of substance abuse treatment has leaned in hardest on the destructive powers of denial. It's hard to argue with the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous when it states, "Denial is the most cunning, baffling, and powerful part of my disease." When it comes to addiction, denial is the driving force that allows a person to continue on a destructive path, all the while wondering what others are so worried about. It's important to note, however, that even in the recovery process from drug addiction, it is not helpful to simply tell someone they're in denial. Its power keeps them from seeing it. When denial left the stages of psychotherapy and recovery rooms, it quickly became its own scarlet letter, as anyone could be judged as refusing reality and shame for being of weak character. Throughout my years of providing training on various mental health topics, I've made a concerted effort to relieve those in attendance from the notion that there is something wrong with them if they routinely practice what I consider the art of denial. I begin by pointing out that, as an unconscious mechanism, it's beyond one's awareness. Technically, this means that by intentionally utilizing the mechanism, one is not truly in denial. I then point out that in most cases, the accusation is being made by someone who has decided that his or her version of reality is the correct one. Therein lies the rub.